Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. So I'm using my phone because the camera doesn't want to focus close enough on this build. As you can see, this is the Panzerefehlswagen that I'm doing as part of the T35 build for the heavy armour, heavy guns group build. And I just thought I'd show you some of the details I've added. So the first thing is this kit doesn't come with any tools. So there wasn't the jacking block that you got there. There wasn't the extinguisher. I think that is back here. There was a shovel, but it was really bad. You don't get the axe that's there, and you don't get on this side. You don't get the jack even. You don't get the bolt cutters. So those have all been donated by an old kit that I did, the IBG Panzer II. Basically, I think I built that 2 years ago and decided, you know what, that kit is more useful for me now for the spare parts than it is as a build. So that's what happened there. One thing that turned out really well for me, I was dead chuffed with this rail here. Was just a solid piece of plastic. Now it's the rail for the aerial. When the aerial's not being used, it can be pivoted down and the aerial fits in that rail. So I just thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. Got a razor saw, put it between the part between my finger and thumb, and just started sawing. And it was just like, lo and behold, I managed to get the saw blade in the center, and it was wide enough to leave sufficient plastic either side to make out the rail detail. So I was really chuffed with that. If we look at the if I can turn it around so you can see it. So here we've got the covers for the hatch doors, and again the kit doesn't supply you with any interior detail for these. So what I did was I had a look on the internet, found somebody doing a 1/35 scale version of one of these, and I just copied some of the items. So there's some evergreen there, and then they looked like there were hinges or something either side. There was 2 this side and 2 that side. So what I did was cut some wire that was of reasonable diameter, and did that there. And then this just looks like it's like the hatch locking mechanism. I couldn't see much detail of that, so I just put that as far as I could tell what it looked like. If we move to the back of the tank, there was 2 hinges, one here and one there, and there was no part at all, and I just could not work out what those hinges were there for. As I say, there was no part in the kit. Anyway, I looked again at images of the Panzerefehlswagen and noticed that there was a grill that was at the back here. These hinges weren't there, there was just this grill. So again, I got the wire that I used up here, and it was just too thick. If I put 2 strands of the wire, it would just cover up the whole of the holes that you can see there, the slots. So after a bit of scratching my head, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw a tarpaulin over the back, or the air recognition flag over the back. So I went away to my drawer because I was looking for something to put over the back of this the exhaust. Again, there's no mesh detail provided, and whilst I was looking for that, I found my 1/350th scale Kriegsmarine railings for the ships, and I just thought, I wonder, and I just placed it against there, and it fitted perfect. It looked great. There was a sufficient detail just to make out that you've got the railing on the back there. I don't know whether it's going to focus on it at all for you. I don't think it is, but anyway, it gives an impression that there's railings, a grill across the back there. And then what I did was I just used some of the wire to give the impression of these other parts of the hinges, so that this can be lowered and raised, because I didn't want to take the hinges off basically. I thought I'd leave them on. So then finally we moved to the back of the tank here. As I say, there was no detail for the mesh that basically protects you from the heat of the exhaust. And all I've done there, I couldn't find the 1/72 scale mesh that I've got, and so I'd got a spare 1/35 scale Tiger mesh for the grills on the engine deck, and I've just cut that to size and thrown that on there as well. Just shaped it round a cocktail stick or something to give it that curve, and then just super glued that on. And then all I did was cut this brass strip off as well, so I could get the other edge. I'm going to have to fiddle about with this because it's moved away from the other part of the mesh, although you could say that it's just been damaged in some way. The only other thing to mention is the machine gun. This again was taken from, I haven't got very good light for you guys, sorry. This was taken from the Panzer II again, and stuck in there because the Italeri part was just a blank rod of plastic. It was just no good at all. I was going to cut off part of the barrel of an MG34 from the Zvezda motorbikes because they are nicely detailed, but I decided to leave them alone because then I wouldn't have a machine gun on the motorbike if I ever did build those up. So there you go, guys, just a bit of an update on this diorama that I'm doing. I've added a bit more paint to the T35. It's quite bright here at the moment, so what I might try and do is get the this Panzerefehlswagen undercoated in black, and I might try and get the side skirts done on the for the T35, so that I can start painting both of those items up as well. I hope your weekend is going well. Thank you ever so much for the kind comments with regards to the beach buggy. I do appreciate it. It was a fun build, and I definitely would build another one. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.